You know, as men, when we hear that the V-taper is attractive to females, that's all we need to know. And then we are going on a rampage looking for what's the best way to get a V-taper. What muscles do I need to develop to get a V-taper? Because the thing is, we want females. We want women. I want women. I love women, and I want them. Therefore, I want to be as attractive as I can to get some women. Anyway, there are muscles that you need to develop in order to get a V-taper. Specifically, there are two primary muscles that will drastically enhance your V-taper. And those are your back and your shoulders. Because what is the V-taper? The V-taper is basically showing that your shoulders are wider than your waist, basically. And that creates an illusion of a V. You want to work your back because your lats are the primary muscle to create that V shape. Right? Your lats originate from around your hip here and insert all the way into your arm. So it's basically just straight up, it's a V. It's how it's shaped, it's straight up a V. And so you really want to train your lats and your back in general because there are muscles in your back that also contribute to that V-taper. And then you also want to train your shoulders because that will give a better illusion that your shoulders are wider than your waist. The wider your shoulders are, or the more mass you have on your shoulders, the wider your shoulders appear, and therefore the better the V you can get. And so how do you do this? With any muscle, if you want to gain muscle, use resistance training with progressive overload. Train with weights, that's really the most easy way to do. You don't really need to think too much about it, you know. And then over time, just get stronger in some way with those muscles. So if you really only want the V-taper, you want nothing else, although I do not recommend doing that, but if you only want the V-taper, work your back and work your shoulders. I do recommend that you work your entire body because it's going to look very weird if you only have a developed back and developed shoulders. And you're going to regret that you didn't start working your other muscles, and then when you actually do, they will be lagging and you're going to need time to have those muscles actually catch up to your lats and shoulders. Don't regret not working those muscles. Work everything. And the second factor is having a low body fat percentage. In order to maximize the effect of your V-taper, having a body fat percentage is extremely important. Because if you think about it, if you have love handles at your waist, you know, there's going to be protrusion of fat, and then your V-taper is just going to look kind of weird. Like it's going to be a V, and then it's going to have a little bump. Right? That just really detracts away from the V-taper, and it's not going to look right. So you want to lose fat, and the more fat you can lose off of your waist and belly area, the better your V-taper will look. Like it will look dramatically better with the more fat that you can lose from these areas. To conclude this entire video, you want the V-taper to get females. I do too. It's why we do so many things. As men, there's so many things that we want because we want women. Right? We want these things because they increase our chances of getting with women, and that's fine. And that's why you want to get a V-taper. And to get that V-taper, you want to build the muscles that contribute to it. Your lats, your back, and your shoulders. And then you want to be at a low body fat percentage so that you can really maximize the V-taper effect.